So here's the deal. Street Fighter 2, Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition does not come as an installer or a packaged installer. It comes as a downloadable installer. You have to download it from their servers. And I'm going to guess it's just getting hammered since they announced the remake, because my download speed is like 70 kilobytes a second. This whole package actually also has options where you can install like updated audio and updated video. That's like gigabytes worth of stuff. There's no way that that's going to happen tonight, but this might happen in the next hour or so. So, no, not as in the PS3 version, Chaim. This is a community tool. The PC Enhanced Edition has just like a bunch of fixes and updates to make the PC version updated and playable. It's got up-resed assets as well. So I'm going to let that go in the background. In the meantime, I'm going to play Cultic. And then, yeah, Pop-Tart, I'll definitely get into the indie horror bits in a bit. But this game just came out too. And it's probably going to run any moment now. You'll kind of see the Whataburger stripes. Cool. Is Steph liking the update for Daylight? Or for, sorry. For Dreamlight. Yes, she is. She's just happy that there's new stuff. I'm a bit worried if it's full screen that it'll screen tear a lot, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's gonna do that. Gotta have that bloom, baby. Doodad count. Do like me some doodads. All right. I'd say I'm familiar with shooters. Oh, I'm already in love with this. I don't know that I've ever seen like well, Marvel's Spider-Man did it. Of like camera panning over newspaper headlines to sort of establish story. For being such a played out movie technique, it's interesting that it's not done in games more. I guess at this point, any use of it would be considered homage. God, the style. Smooth like peanut butter. Man, if only personal preference, but if they had hit with a title card there, but still, you don't have to. Hey, I respect the restraint. Yes. So this actually is animated like Proteus, where like the weapon is on like a quarter frame rate as the rest of the game. It works really well. I need to turn the sensitivity all the way down. All right. That might be a little too low, actually. It's very bright. Surprisingly, like turned up for a game like this. Usually games like this try to be dark to kind of hide the graininess of the textures and the blockiness of the geometry. This like skybox in this environment really, it's super colorful, but it reminds me of Half-Life. Voxels? So this game is like, if every boomer shooter has like a granddad, something that it's pretty clear it's a, pretty clear that it's like a spiritual reimagining of. Pretty sure this is the Blood. A game that I actually haven't played. One of the boomer Boomer Shooter Classics. Although Blood didn't really have inventories and stuff. I don't think. Was that a corpse pile? Yes. And I woke up in a corpse pile. Oh, that's awesome. I don't like some of the pixels and some of the pixel art looks like overexposed. It's weird how bright it is. Especially if we're trying to be a spooky game. Also, like, I do love that there's just a long hallway and not an enemy. So maybe I have misunderstood the kind of game this is. Huh. With the color filtering and dithering off, it looks more like a normal build engine game, but that's no fun. Yeah, I like the dithering. I think dithering is on the verge of becoming a trope or like a trend. That's the word I want. Trend. It seems like dithering is really trendy, or I guess there was always shades of it in like the Outrun and like future funk and new retro wave aesthetics. I think Return of Obra Dinn is like the first game in a while that I remember using it, and I'm seeing it more and more. I actually really like it though. I like it a lot. There were even some dithered clouds in Faith, although that's just like, that's different. That's a bit different. That's a fake transparency technique. Stop writing right now! Just stop it! Stop! No! That's my story! Don't you finish my story! Yeah, okay. His eyes popped out. Yeah, we're seeing like scripted events. Environments that are much more trying to imitate like real life environments than just being like alien ship or cultic base. I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but like it's like pretty clearly a prison with the vestments of real life. Toilets and sinks and things like that. Do I have to worry about ammo? His eyes popping out left and right. Scorn baby flashbacks as I see eyeballs now. Yeah, we've had a lot of eyeballs popping out lately, haven't we? Weirdly common thing. Ooh! Oh. Oh, that's cool. Quick toss dynamite. I suppose it makes sense for Spooktober. Might be an above average. Yep. Might be an above average quotient of eyeballs popping out. Stands to reason. This reverby piano is really nice. Ooh! Not quite the sound that I think I would have expected, but a welcome one. Why are you telling me that now? Oh! How do I get there? Can I mantle? There's no way. I mean, that's probably how you get in there. I can jump on the door? Hey, whatever. I'm sure that counts. Okay. I haven't watched Die Hard in a while. No, I know what a TV dinner feels like. I wonder about, there's this dude on TikTok who's like a Bruce Willis impersonator. And like, I guess Bruce Willis is like so legendarily popular that it's fine, but it's interesting to think about your livelihood being tied to the fame of another so closely. I guess that's true, you know, if you're on a movie set or whatever. Whoa! Whoa, it's going nuts! It's going nuts! Shoot that thing! Blah, blah, blah. What is that? Oh, that's ammo. Ah, I fell! Ow! Oh, 30 health. Okay. What? Where? Ah! Shit. Son of a bitch! Oh! Oh! Ah! 41 health. Oh. Was I looking at the wrong thing? I feel like I got more health out of nowhere. Saw something about Bruce selling his face to a deepfake company. That is some cyberpunk shit. Yeah, I think that I don't know if that was debunked or if the debunking was a clickbait that I didn't click. I don't know, man. But yeah, interesting idea. The fact that it could be reported on and be believable is kind of interesting. It's an interesting idea. That was not real. Bruce did not sell his face. Okay. But still, if he did, honestly, I was like, you know what? Respect. Like, that's some hardcore shit. Okay. You can upgrade weapons. That's awesome. If you know that your faculties are decaying, to like just cash out your assets for your family. Presumably for your family. Or you know what? Who cares? For you. Sell your likeness and then just like start a tab at a resort somewhere and just go for it. But yeah, what that brings in mind to me is the decline of like the individual. There are still movie stars, but I feel like they're just not the same. The appeal is not the same. Doesn't slide back. There's no carriage return. Unsatisfying. But you get to do it in the first place, so still points added. The glass shatters. Good. These are the things. These are what good games do. Mm-hmm. Yes. Chair breaks. Very good. Now you can read it. Oh, you can. Oh shit! You're right. Crap. I gotta go back and read the other one. To whom it may concern, I can no longer be part of this business venture. I put far too much time and money into the acquisition of this property and the updates it needed to be serviceable as a place of business. All the blood and sweat, and for what? For leadership to just sell out and run off with the money. I should have known that all this talk about shrugging off the buyout was just that, talk. You can consider this my resignation. I'm not going down with the ship. And then the little line I guess I typed. I hope every bit of lore has a random line at the end. This music is dope, though. I like this a lot. Okay. Yeah, good catch. Thank you, by the way. Gibberish note. This religious weirdo has been hovering around in the lobby for nearly 10 minutes. He came in here with the other guy who was meeting with the boss. If I keep typing, maybe he'll think I'm busy and leave me alone. Oh, Ruby, no, I think the last line was me typing. Because you have to, like, hit use on the typewriter, like, 20 times before the letter pops up. So I think that was me bashing out some words. Oh, wait, no, I went through here. I wonder if I shoot the pipe that has the explodey thing on it. What do you think it's gonna? Do you think a vent is gonna spew out like a steam vent? Nope. What if I shoot another one over here? No. Well. I think we gotta wait for like... I'm trying to remember the first game that did that. They could have like a decal, but then also an effect. If one was motivated to do such a thing, one could make some fake tutorial videos of this game by typing a bunch of extra stuff on the pages. Fake tutorial videos? I'm not sure who would be searching for that, but I suppose you could. God damn, dude. Fuck. They shoved the door closed. Ow! What? What? Freaking messy cultist over here. Hey! Hey! Ha! Jesus. Wait. You can? Okay, you can throw them. Okay, I was wondering why I was picking up multiple hatchets. I was just like, classic boomer shooter thing. You're just picking up 15,000 swords. You've picked up sword. Wait, what? Got cultist division for a second. I thought that was my health a little bit ago, I think. Okay, this is dope. Whoosh! Oh! Oh, dude! Oh, you can grab his head. No, I'm gonna throw full force. Woo! Sick. What if you can? Surely you can throw a head at somebody and kill them with it, right? You just like head fake somebody super good. Another truck? Oh. RJ Tomato, thank you. Just want to say thanks for all the laughs you've given me. I'm a girlfriend of 10 years now, wife. I'm gonna go watch House of the Dragon finale now. Ooh. Enjoy. Hope it goes well. Hope it's satisfying. I'm surprised it's finale time already. I feel like that show started not too long ago. I guess Rings of Power just had their finale too, right? Yeah, they kind of ran alongside, so. Anyway, best of luck. I guess I hope the brothers and sisters have sex or don't have sex. Whatever people want, if they want incest or don't want it, I hope that it happens that way. More corpses. It's loaded into the back of a truck. Shows are short now and it's better that way? Oh, I agree. Yeah, I guess there's not really like... They don't really do like 26 episode seasons anymore, really, do they? That's okay. I was never a biggest fan of that. Okay, they can shoot each other. That's cool. Why do that when you can have do hour-long episodes and have 10 episodes? Yeah, that's kind of what it's turned into, right? I caught up on Andor yesterday, and it was basically like watching two really good Star Wars movies back to back. Yeah, I guess it's when engagement, like it's engagement in an individual show that matters, it seems. They just need to serve those minutes, get those MAUs. I was feeling that hard with Stranger Things 4. I watched that and I was like, wow, this is for sure the first show I've noticed that is made for streaming. That like it moves a lot, but very little happens. There's like repeated loud sounds to keep you interested. Is this a shotgun? It's a shotgun. And it just like goes on and on and on and on. Yeah, like 10 movies. It's fucked. I mean, the sheer amount of footage is kind of amazing. And it all looks good. But man, what a lot of noise. A tale of sound and fury signifying nothing. Oh, okay, so you get critical hits sometimes. I miss the longer seasons of shows with filler episodes. I think it gives characters room to breathe. I agree. I think there's room for that too, provided that, like, there has to be some amount of effort, right? There's just some straight filler out there that doesn't do anything. Yeah, if you can use side episodes to, like, explore character interactions and explore elements of them, that's good stuff. I will say that, like, something about the way that shows are produced now, there's very little, like, downtime of any kind. And that, you know, there's like side episodes where the tension isn't like always at maximum or driving towards there. But since so many shows now are kind of produced in that very long movie style, they all kind of have overarching stories that end up taking more and more of the runtime of an episode, if they're even structured that way. Yeah, there's not, I guess what I'm actually trying to say is that I feel like there's no real episodic TV anymore. I haven't watched a show that is like, I watched the reboot of iCarly. The first season was really good, and I watched like half the episode, the first episode of the second season, and it was just like so bad. I don't know, it was weird. I was like, this isn't funny. This feels entirely different. Yes, there's a reboot of iCarly, and I can vouch for the first season at least. It's actually really good. It's really, really fucking funny. I never watched iCarly when I was a kid, by the way. I don't know anything about it. I just watched it because I was like, why not? Just impulsively put it on, and I was like, oh my god, I'm actually laughing. I'm having some laughs. We've hit a spot where the sort of middle ground, where TV show and miniseries is the norm. Yeah, miniseries. Yeah, that's it. Like, everything's a miniseries. The cheap form of miniseries is just like podcast documentary style. And even those are starting to increase in production value. Something was going on. Oh no. Like, next to continue installing anyway. Where? Retry? Damn, it couldn't even finish a 4 megabyte file, huh? Oh, it's really going for it now. Yeesh. Whoa, whoa! People complain they can't watch or read something until they have seen the first bit. I remember having TV and just happy to catch an episode when you catch what's going on. Oh yeah, yeah. The utter privilege of, like, having an entire show available in easy to see chronological order. I guess that's another huge part of it too, Pop Tart, now that you mention it. Yeah, I never really thought about it that way. Is that in the past, like, narratives like they tell now in miniseries just wouldn't work in broadcast television. Because not only are there gaps of time between the episodes, but they have to work for syndication later. They have to just be shown at random, or ideally, they go into syndication and then you just get residual money. But just shown in random times, in random time slots, it's always moving around. That's not really a thing anymore. I guess the modern version of syndication is that you, as a producing studio, you just build a library of content that you own, and then you sell the subscription access to it. And hopefully, at some point, the library of media that you have under your content garden, is so irresistible that that's how you get your residual income forever. That's kind of, huh. Definitely, I think it definitely does, definitely does engender a different content style. Oh, that's awesome. Everything's got to be flashy and epic, though. You know? I feel like the shows you make under that system are the big flashy banner shows that are designed to snag signups. I say that, but I think like a lot of Netflix's meat and potatoes sitcoms tend to do pretty well. Big Bang Theory is the latest syndication show sitcom example. Yeah, and I guess it's still huge stuff. Or is it? I don't know. Bajangles. Yeah. Who did that? Oh, look at you up there. There we go. You'd have to write it in your calendar when something was going to air. Ugh. Yeah, imagine like, well, I say this facetiously, but people have done it and do it now, even though it's not necessary. I was about to say, imagine rearranging your life for a TV show, but people like TV, so yeah. It's just interesting. It's interesting how some things change, but some things don't. Technology made it so that doesn't need to happen, but it turns out it wasn't happening because it had to. It was happening because people wanted it to. Interesting stuff. Most TV shows kind of sucked before DVR for that exact reason, or at least had no depth. Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of people point to The Wire as being one of the earlier shows that was kind of this sort of new class of television. And that was about the age of DVR, wasn't it? It's weird. Whenever I get a DVR, it's specifically just so I can have the garbage TV that I like at hand and on demand. It's not to actually like properly watch a good show. my draws to DVR has always been just immediate and plentiful access to cheaters and cops, which is weird because I'm basically describing the entire production slate of G4. So, alas. What a tragedy that G4 basically showed everything that I liked, but back in the day at least, it was just kind of like too scummily capital G gamer. DVR was skipping ads for sports for me. Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Gosh. The utter like saturation of advertising in sports is astounding. I don't think anything else is quite as just completely and thoroughly infused every last inch of professional sports. You get used to it, I guess, or you develop tools to kind of get around it. But are you a big Tech TV guy? I didn't have cable when Tech TV was on, so I didn't end up seeing much of it. Although, like, what little I know, it was much more austere and, well, academic is probably the wrong word. Classy, I guess. Classy and authentic. Didn't quite do what I wanted it to. Oh geez, I'm about to die. Sincere and educational, yeah. Good descriptions. Describe something, I think, a little more vaulted than G4, which kind of ended up just being a very, like, low-effort cash-in on a stereotype of a demographic. I guess cash-in is the wrong phrase. It certainly did tumble its way down the, like, dignity rabbit hole. I don't know if that's a phrase. Fell down the dignity tree, trying to find money. G4 wasn't terrible. It's certainly junk food. Yeah, which is fine. That's TV, right? That's some TV. I want to get up there. From 2002 to like 2013, almost all video game media seemed to be unambiguously aimed at boys to age 13 to 18. Yeah. At some point, it kind of like, it spread up into the 20, like the mid 20s. But yeah. Oh! Thought I had shells. Like he blew away his guy, though. Yeah, it's kind of gross when, oh, this music. Ooh, like this. It's a kind of gross window that's fading in memory and relevance. There was a really interesting and very painful transition period in the late 2010s. I mean, I feel like to some degree this was also the core of Gamergate. Was just a whole generation of white dudes sort of feeling like they had been catered to their whole lives because they kind of had by media, and suddenly that media narrative was starting to shift. So it was the like moving into a post like young white dude world where other audiences suddenly mattered. And instead of embracing that or thinking that it might be the future, instead it just turns to conspiracy. Oh! Man. Blasting dudes in this game feels pretty great. Wasn't Gamergate confirmed to be Steve Bannon astroturfing? I mean, it's a lot of things. I'm pretty sure that, yes, part of it was Bannon trying out a particular method of, like a particular misinformation campaign to great effect. And yeah, a lot of those techniques were seen used later in like QAnon and shit like that. It's kind of fascinating. And to me, that is like, that's kind of the cutting edge of the weird stuff that the internet is doing to sociology. So I've read up, well, I won't claim to be a scholar or anything. I try not to, but oh, you know nothing? How tough am I? That's fine. I'm not here to like make a stand on it or like talk about it. I'm just more at this point sort of acknowledging its I guess in acknowledging its maybe some of its cultural motivations. Now, there are people who will vehemently deny that, of course, but whatever. That's part of it. But yeah, I think we're done though, which is nice. That means there's just going to be this narrow band of like, there's going to be like a band of 15 years, I think. Although, I don't know how young some of that stuff recruits these days. I don't know. This is pretty dark stuff to talk about. I'm pretty detached from it, so I can talk about it somewhat academically, but... And, oh, you can just walk through. Certainly know that there's always, angry young dudes. Oh, I have another shotgun. I'll look at those dudes down there. Let's see if I can... No! What? Oh. Maybe I can pick it back up. Ha! Ooh. Wasn't Gamergate just straight sexism, like pure and simple? Well, so again, not claiming to be an expert here, but as somebody who observed it happening and have read up a fair amount on it since, certainly that was part of it. I think it's kind of like it's kind of like trying to simplify the Beatles. Like why they got popular, when they got popular, the reasons they got popular. Like you can't just say they were just good at music and therefore they were popular. It's a little more, there's a lot more to it than that. I'm not saying that like, I'm not trying to compare the two in terms of artistic merit, of course, but I do think that maybe similar complications in the reception and spread of that. And like cultural factors, historical factors. And yeah, a bunch of broy dudes, internet bro dudes, who have basically been spoon-fed, like spoon-fed a particular kind of media and catered to in a certain kind of way, like messaging by media and advertising. It's like deep into consumerism lifestyle too, but. Ooh. There were a few stages to it. The spark, the first reaction, the spread of it to the point where it had to do with the inciting incident. Yeah. And the confusing narratives about what it is and what it was about was part of the strategy too. Or it certainly became part of the strategy. Who knows how much of it was explicitly planned, but it was yeah, having like a freaking Jesus. Having a narrative ready to go. It's clear though that it was a spark that landed on like very, very willing kindling. I remember like just in the first couple of days, there was very much an energy about it that was like, we got like it's time. Get the tiki torches, it's time. We've all been waiting, right? And apparently a lot of people were, which is gross. Oh, you gotta feed the boys? Feed them. Yeah, ethics in video games journalism, right? The irony is that because of that, a lot of outlets will still turn down gifts from publishers and stuff. But that's only in the United States. Outlets in other regions will take everything. Holiday gifts and whatnot. Also, nobody cares. No one's looking. They said they were looking, but they're not. It's very obvious. And no one even holds influencers to those standards either. So it's obviously, it's just not about that. It's so painfully obvious it's not. But then if you say that, then people take offense, and that's also part of the tactic. It's like this magic trinity of doing a thing that is obviously not what you're doing it for, and then when people point that out, you have some kind of ripcord to immediately be heard about it, to actually be the victim. Actually, because you said that, now I'm the one who's hurt. How dare you? This actually shows what a monster you are, while they continue to do the thing. Ah! Alright. Into the body pit. Yeah. But yes, I'm kind of fascinated by internet rhetoric. I think the big thing there was teaching on the fly a lot of people how to spread a sort of viral thought. And the viral thought was taking advantage of, or was preying upon the sort of cultural issues about feeling like you weren't the specialist boy anymore. Love a good pixelated flame. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? I should put a mosaic filter over, I should put a mosaic filter over my side cam when I'm doing candle cam one of these days. Ooh. I had a video game revelation a long time ago that I couldn't put into words until just a few days ago, and it's fairly controversial. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you know it's controversial, I'm not sure it's such a good idea to share it. Especially if it relates to the previous topic we were talking about. I don't mind controversial thoughts, but if it has to do with classes of people, it's not political or religious. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, if it has to do with like whole groups of people as an idea, that's when we got to be careful. But ooh, who's this? Who's this stumbling around? Oh, did all the little people wake up? Yeah, all right. You got a hot take. Lay it on me. Oh! That's a chainsaw. Oh, no! Dude, no, 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 no! No, 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 no! Wow. I expected to just like get a little bop when I got chainsaw slashed. I didn't think he was gonna like catch me in a place and chainsaw me in half. That was rad. I think turn-based is the future of the JRPG genre, not the past. I think both will continue to be made, but I think that, with the exception of like Persona and Dragon Quest, I don't know that a whole lot of like AAA games are gonna choose turn-based stuff. But we'll see. I think most people just kind of prefer or don't like turn-based. I guess Yakuza series that's going to turn-based, yeah. The thing about turn-based though, I think like focus testers will say they don't like it, but I think turn-based stuff is actually easier for most people. I think it's more accessible. I think somebody would sit down and say that they prefer to like run around and punch things directly, but I think over the course of like 10 hours, somebody who maybe isn't super familiar with, and let me read this time. 40 barrels today. What the? Shit, he was coming for me. Yeah, the Terminator 2 reload. Jesus. I like the intensity here. How in the olden days, you're playing a JRPG, the screen shatters and you enter a battle. That loaded environment / sandbox is ripe with potential for incredible innovation. The main limit is the imagination. I suppose. I don't know. I tend to think that like a lot. Oh, there's a boot. I don't think that in the past 20 years, groups of designers have lacked imagination, and that's why we haven't seen a lot of that. I just think it's like, I don't know. I think there's. Oh wait, can I get out now? I got a key. Yes. Okay. I mean, you're basically just describing the battle scenario. And there are a lot of like PlayStation 1 RPGs, but that kind of experimented with that, with having a different mechanics in the battle scenario. But like, if you like the scene transition was mostly done to swap out assets, like to swap character models and things like that, or to move you to an abstract area that wasn't in the play area. Something a little more contained, so they didn't have to worry about like, whoa, you could dolphin jump. So I think that would the like shattering and transitioning to a battle scenario was more of a. I think that was more of a technical limitation. Some games still do it out of nostalgia. Oh, your health regens up to a certain point. Okay. Not the imagination, the system resources, and processing power? Well, yeah. I think if you're going back to like when JRPGs were, or turn-based JRPGs were considered to be more prominent. I mean, there's a ton of them now. They're just all indie and stuff. What is... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I guess there's always Pokemon, although that's moving away from turn-based. Some of them have. Arceus was pretty cool. I didn't finish it. God. Pokemon games, man. I guess I should be grateful. Pokemon is one franchise that just doesn't stop. And then I do kind of like active franchises. They don't have to be good. Might as well just keep trying stuff. But I kind of wish Final Fantasy stayed turn-based. Well, there's Octopath. There are versions of that. I'll always plug Fantasian. But that's an Apple platform game, which sucks. There's Lost Odyssey, which is from the creator of Final Fantasy. Thing is, there's been prominent attempts to try, and most of them failed. It just seems like now there's a big enough market to cater to them. Yeah, Dragon Quest XI is awesome. Oh, Caleb Converse. Thanks for the sub. I think I missed that. Yeah, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is turn-based. Do I have a... Oh. I have a key now. Wonder what that does. But yeah, I don't know about future. I'm just excited that J anything is becoming more prominent again. That's kind of what I'm really juiced about. Feels like Jesus, they want me to come down this like one-way bridge. Yeah, when it comes to the future of JRPGs. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like... Ooh. I guess they announced the next Dragon Quest. I don't know. I guess I'm just not even sure what describing the future is. Are you proclaiming there's going to be more turn-based games than not turn-based? I wonder if that includes all of the like indie shits on Steam. Oh, damn, dude. They have me engaging at these distances. I don't have ammo for anything. Shit. Ugh. What's the meter to the left of my health? Another one on top is armor. What if I said that technical limitation that requires the loading screen is still there? For example, you're on a snowy mountain and you enter a battle. In the battle, an avalanche has a low % chance to occur. If it does occur, imagine how big a dynamic world event like that would look like. Those loaded resources only need to exist for a few minutes in one fight, then disappear after. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're describing like a summon from Final Fantasy VII or something. The thing you're describing, I feel like the technical of it has been accomplished decades ago. I don't know. I'm not picking up what you're putting down yet. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at. I feel like the bigger problem there is forcing the player to sit through long graphical showcase sequences they've already seen multiple times. Or you make a big ol' avalanche, then it looks really cool, and the player watches it once and then they move on with their lives. That's kind of the trade-off. Like, being a turn-based game doesn't have a whole lot to do with that, I feel like. Unless, again, I'm missing the particulars. Where do they want me to go? This just goes back to the other area. Huh. Oh, yeah. Yes. Live Alive? Live Alive? Damn, I want to play that. That and Second Densetsu 3. Or, Trials of Mana, I guess? Everyone said the remake was super good. Not turn-based, but... Still. Something's... How are we doing? How are we doing something? Ah! God damn, man! Image enhancement pack. Oh wow, look at the speed! Wonder if it's gonna stay that way. Woo. I think one of the other factors is maybe considering that the franchises that were considered big 20 years ago, they're just not, like, they don't put up the numbers that franchises are expected to now. I guess that's kind of related to Silent Hill. It really never sold all that well. I think Brian compared it to Souls, which until Elden Ring, like, everybody knew, and the ubiquity of it made it seem like it was a big deal, but it kind of wasn't. Field Journal 1. I am Christopher Holloway. I'm a private investigator looking into the disappearance of Caitlin Sullivan at the request of her parents. This is my personal journal. If you find this, something has likely happened to me. Deliver these notes to the authorities. Caitlin's folks think she's just run off. Mr. Sullivan has been suspicious of the closed-door gatherings taking place at the community center. In his words, it had to be Satanists. He swears that he hears chanting coming from the meeting room if he's ever in the building late at night. It's a long shot, but the timing does fit. I'm going to see if I can get an invite to one of these meetings. I just won Advance Wars. Yeah, that still hasn't come out, has it? We're going to need peace in Ukraine before Nintendo's going to launch Advance Wars. Well, I got a key. 105? Ugh, it's slowing down. 50 minutes to go. Oh yeah. Shame about Dragon Quest composer. I would say Milkshake Duck, but I'm not sure that that applies. He wasn't like a viral meme sensation. Oh, the Eldritch horror game? Darkest Dungeon? So that's an interesting point. Card games are basically turn-based RPGs. It's just like it's the random factor of the draw determines what you can and can't do. Cool. Blaming me losing on Uno on bad RNG. That's what it is. Party games need RNG. Otherwise, the most skilled person in the room will win more often than not, and no one will have fun. That's why you gotta have those bullshit stars in Mario Party. It forces you to not care. Or care too much. Then you start throwing controllers and screaming, but... Those stars were the bane of my gamer excellence. Exactly. I mean, it's the blue shell. Yeah. It's the random thing that can completely upend the results. And it's so random and absurd that everyone has to acknowledge how random and absurd it is. Maybe there's a cave down here? I feel like the key was the last thing I got, and I fought that chainsaw man. I have not gone to the right place since then. Maybe it's still back in that layer. Ah. Everyone always brings up XCOM RNG, but if I remember right, that game led to Sid Meier having his games undersell RNG chances in future games. It did do that. I don't know if XCOM is what led to it. What I remember is Sid Meier gave a GDC talk about it. And he basically talked about how it was just like a focus test thing. If the results were actually accurate, people always felt like they missed more than they should have. Yeah, I beat the game. I get to wander around. My reward is a calm walk through some spooky woods. Yeah, the 95% point blanks that miss. But the thing to remember is, not that this is a good way to remember, but, or not that this changes anything, but it's an abstraction. The XCOM combat system, it's kind of like D&D. It's a representation of events happening in real time. So even if it's point blank, 95% chance to hit, the presumption is that your XCOM soldier flinched, or, I don't know, the air was bad, round went off a little later than expected. Okay, so I'm back in the cave now. Check on that down. Yeah, cruising, 81. Slowing down though, not great. I thought about even turning off the image upres stuff, but I think that includes like there's more images than there are videos. So I can live with the videos being off. Yeah, so we go through this gate because I have the key. It puts me here. Bubbles. Yeah, Steph's playing Dreamlight Valley. He's getting more done than I am right now. Well, that's right. You just come up here. There's not like a locked thing in here, is there? Maybe I can drive the... Oh, backhoe? Industrial scooper? Yeah, it's just this way. Where? Maybe they want you to blow something open? Maybe? Excavator. Yeah, thank you. I feel like now that I have this key, I want me to go back to unlock something, but like say you enter a fight and you have the command kick dust into his eyes, 20% chance. Sounds like you're describing Baldur's Gate or Dragon Age. Let's see here. Turn-based stuff isn't really limited to spells and attacks. It's more like D&D rules that you can build upon and add scenarios into over time with updates. Yeah, the business issue there is that there's usually not a big market for single-player content updates. It is a rare thing. Alright, what the heck? Where do I go? I'm gonna go back inside. Maybe it is back inside. These levels are huge, which I am super grateful. Okay, yeah, wait, maybe? Maybe this key I picked up opens something in here. This? No? Oh, that's right. Something's blocking that one. Rip Neverwinter Nights. Yeah, a couple times over. But Divinity Original Sin 2, Fallout, those are games that kind of do that. The thing about that too is like very difficult to make open gameplay systems where that kind of thing can happen organically. Usually you have to just like specifically code in everything. That's not a whole too coming along. 50 more minutes, maybe. Maybe it'll just randomly speed up. Very difficult, but it's much easier in turn-based loading screen combat. I suppose that's true. Here's the thing. Maybe this will blow a mind. Real-time games are simply turn-based games, except the turns are 16 milliseconds long, or however long an individual frame takes. And then your turn, when you hit a button, you're deciding your turn for the next, like, X frames. I have old key. It's... Animation as a turn? As a series of turns. Yeah. Tick rate is turns per second? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know where to go. Chop. Chop. Yeah, this has all been one level so far, which is pretty cool. That's a lot of turns. Yeah, it is. Well, I think it might be time to move on to the next spooky thing. All I know of this game is this huge-ass level, but I'm still interested. I mean, me too. I wish I knew where to go. Since I killed Chainsaw Man. It's another neat thing the Pathfinder games can do. You can toggle real-time and turn-based. A lot of the CRPG games. I think Baldur's Gate was the first one to do that. I remember them marketing that feature a lot. You could like pause the action, give commands, and then unpause. It's kind of a BioWare thing.
Okay, seriously, who the fuck?
Interesting. A hole in the wall that's filled with water, you look up. No, I did that. That just takes you back out into the lake area. I'm pretty sure I know exactly. Well, here, I'll go back. Maybe there's a different pathway in the area where you look up, because I'm pretty sure you just pop out here or in one of the other. Okay, god damn it. Was it over here? Was it this water? There's like a pool with a little bridge. What happens after that, Ruby? Whatever happens next. That's what I need to know. Guess it's not this water. Wait a minute. Oh. The secret. That's okay. I'll take it. Imbued remains. Plus 5 max HP. Nice. Disliked turn-based for most of my life because it felt more restrictive how much I could wing it being freeform in real life. Since I've found a few turn-based games I love. Yeah, most people don't like waiting. Like they released Baldur's Gate 3 into access a little too early? Do you think it killed some of the hype? I mean, I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 has any hype. It's maybe within a particular bought-in community, but they're already bought in. Where the fuck? Still looking for enemies? Yes. Other people are saying yes, though. Hello, sir. Cum-sized. Good name. I thought it was here. I don't want to have to run through the entire level again. But I will. We'll find that stupid hole to swim up again. I can remember where it is. Where is that? Not over here. Hey, Pop-Tart. Let him play with their favorite toy. Inky is silly and will play with a feather if it's on the ground, but once it's in the air, he darts. Intimidated by air feathers. Don't blame him. Scary. It's in the stair scare that spirals up a large shaft. Staircase. In the staircase. Like inside the building? How tough am I? You're talking about Final Fantasy 12. Sorry, man. All the things you're bringing up exist in video games. Yes, in 12 and other games, also in Dragon Age Origins, you can set up rules. Yeah, you're thinking of Gambits. Baldur's Gate had this too, I think. But I'm going deeper? Okay. Alright. Well, you make that game. You go ahead and you go make it. Oh, here we go. Here's where the water is. You have in your head apparently a very clear picture of exactly what you want. And apparently it's different. All right. Where the wait, can you not go down? Well, that's weird. Oh, wait, you have to hit C. Okay. So wait, there's a lever and a spiral staircase. Is it down here? What you're thinking is the natural evolution of that. Okay. Can you think of a reason that the company who made that system would not have thought of that? Or didn't already try to make it? Well, I guess they're lacking imagination. Alright. Come back to Chainsaw Room. Got some health. Broke these barrels. Things are looking up. You don't think they tried at all. That's interesting. And with the simpler route that sells more, just action, hack, and slash. Well, you know they made Final Fantasy 13 after that. And that was turn-based. It was like ATB. And they made 14. That is basically turn-based. It's turn-based, except the turns are pretty short. Turns are like 2 seconds long. And then 15, yes. 15 is an open action game. Let's see. Most help I can give. Alright. I don't want to interrupt this download. Let's see what happens. Opens it up. Goes up a hole. Okay. Pops out, shoots some mans. Oh, wait. Liznak, you didn't say that... Okay. Oh, that's the end of the fucking map? Jesus, alright. Okay. I get it now. Okay, I saw that pathway going back into the cave, and I assumed it was, I guess now in retrospect, I definitely assumed that it was just a one-dimensional path. I mean, it does like funnel you out this direction. I should have taken that as a cue. Here. Doorway. Used old key. Great. Slurp. This game rocks. Enjoying it. But guess what? I'm going to move on.